Since the contentious March 1, 2025, bout between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Lamont Roach Jr., which finished in a majority draw, the boxing industry has been in a frenzy. Davis maintained his World Boxing Association (WBA) lightweight title in the fight, which took place at the Barclays Center in New York, but it also caused controversy and sparked discussions within the sport. The debate revolved around Davis's unorthodox kneeling move in the 9th round, which many fans and commentators feel should have resulted in a knockdown or even disqualification. Referee Steve Willis chose to let the battle go on without imposing any penalties, a move that has since sparked several debates. With a stellar record of 30 victories, including 28 via knockout, Davis, a native of Baltimore, came into the fight as a clear favorite. It was anticipated that he would defeat Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion who had advanced to compete for the lightweight title, given his devastating power and 93% knockout rate. But the battle played out differently than expected. Roach was a strong opponent who stood up to Davis head-to-head and skillfully and resolutely repelled his aggressiveness. The night's turning point was the 9th round incident, in which Davis suddenly dropped to a knee. Without a count or penalty from Willis, Davis strolled to his corner, had his team wipe his face, and then resumed the fight, leaving commentators perplexed. Confusion broke out in the throng, and social media was ablaze with responses. After the battle, Davis gave an explanation for his behavior, claiming that the knee was caused by irritation from hair grease seeping into his eyes. In an interview, he stated, "I didn't want to get caught while my eyes were burning. I'd rather take the knee because you could get knocked out like that. I had no idea that they would start counting or that you may be disqualified for that." Fans and commentators began to doubt his judgment and readiness after his casual revelation, which further increased the level of scrutiny. In the end, the scorecard showed a close match. 2 judges gave it a tie, 114 to 114, while the third gave Davis a little advantage, 115 to 113. This allowed Davis to leave with his perfect record, but it severely damaged his reputation. Davis's mentor and former multi-division champion, Adrien Broner, expressed his disappointment openly. According to a chat between the two that was leaked, Broner was upset that Davis had chosen to go after Roach, a fighter from the 130-pound super featherweight class, instead of sticking with the more comfortable 135-pound lightweight class. "I just don't get it, man," Broner complained ruefully. "You know how much I've been keen on making sure you don't make the mistakes I did." Davis was long viewed as the heir apparent to Floyd Mayweather's reign by Broner, who found him and brought him to Mayweather. He now worries that Davis is wasting that opportunity. He's got all these get-out-of-jail-free cards, but how many does he get? With a hypothetical question, Broner alluded to Davis's alleged lack of self-control. A tense but nevertheless fraternal relationship emerged from the conversation. "Me and Tank, it's weird," Broner said. "We don't talk as much as we used to, but he knows how much I love him and he loves me back. You didn't see me without Tank or Tank without me at one point. I feel like I let him down since he looks up to me so much." Davis's performance against Roach served as a stinging reminder to Broner of his own career blunders, including brilliant moments marred by inconsistent play. He advised Davis to consider retirement while his record remained pristine, stressing that a rematch with Roach could irreversibly harm his legacy. In contrast, Roach has welcomed the disagreement as evidence of his skill. He praised his fans and made a subtle shot at Davis in an Instagram post on March 11th that reflected on the fight's record-breaking gate at Barclays Center. "Even though I didn't get the result I deserved, I showed I'm a pound-for-pound talent against a generational star," he tweeted, culminating with the hashtag #BeltToBumPart20TW. Roach discussed the 9th round knee in more detail during an interview, describing it as a confidence boost. "We realized that what we were doing was effective. It ought to have been a knockout. In all the years I've watched boxing, I've never seen the referee begin counting and suddenly stop." Roach's camp requested that the draw be overturned by the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, claiming that the result was contaminated by Willis's inability to declare the knee a knockdown or penalize Davis for turning his back and accepting assistance from his corner. Roach clarified his position on X on March 8th. He wrote, "I ain't sue nobody, shut the hell up," to quell reports that he was being sued. "On my part, my team filed an appeal. Imagine what it would be like to not have a squad that defends morality. However, the NYSAC maintained the first ruling, claiming that Willis's no-knockdown call was within his discretion even if it was dubious and that the fight went on for more than 3 rounds following the incident. The commission came to the conclusion that it isn't up to us to dispute that the bout's referee didn't deem it a knockdown. Roach said, "Everyone knows I won the fight, and I'm satisfied with that," despite his slight dissatisfaction. Come on, Part 2. Equally outspoken has been the boxing community. After the altercation, Davis's Instagram image with the comment, "See y'all tomorrow," became a lightning rod for criticism. Jokes like, "Bro took a knee," and "You blamed it on the grease from your hair, what was going through your mind?" were among the top comments, which received thousands of likes. "You're clearly the better fighter, but why do you play around so much?" commented another fan. The criticism highlighted a change in attitude. Davis, who had previously been seen as an untouchable bully, was now ridiculed. His 93% knockout percentage, which was a sign of his supremacy, felt less unbeatable all of a sudden. Almost soon, there was talk of a rematch. Davis maintained that he could do better in spite of the draw. "Nobody likes a draw, especially a guy who gets knockouts," he stated. "I should have, done more if we fight again. I couldn't keep up with the rounds." "It's just a matter of time," Roach told reporters, welcoming the possibility as well. "We will battle once more, but only when it occurs." Given the success of the previous fight's sellout, early talks suggested the Barclays Center in New York as a possible venue. However, Davis indicated that Washington, D.C. would be his preferred location. "I wouldn't mind New York, but I'd love for it to be in D.C., he stated. Reports from boxing journalist Michael Woods and Sports Illustrated's Chris Mannix by the middle of March cemented the rematch's course. According to sources, the date and venue would most likely be June 21, 2025, in Las Vegas, a reference to the city's standing as the boxing world's top arena. Given the origins of both boxers, Woods hypothesized that New York or another East Coast city would still be in the running, but Las Vegas is the clear favorite due to its charm and Davis's star power. Roach welcomed an earlier timeline, although he had originally planned for a July date. He told FightHub TV, "I'm thinking July for sure, but sooner is better." The stakes for the rematch go beyond the ring. A coaching change that saw long-standing coach Calvin Ford step aside for Barry Hunter owing to scheduling difficulties has drawn criticism to Davis's camp. Lamont's coach and father, Bernard Roach, claimed that Davis's performance was affected by the change. Roach Sr. made the startling remark, "His age is catching up to him, the legs aren't there like they used to be, for a 29-year-old. Another reason can be changing trainers. At this level, it's a thinking man's game, and we outthought him." Although Ford subsequently stressed that there was no breach, the storyline that Davis's corner lacked unity endures. In the rematch, Davis's agility will be closely examined. Against Roach, his once explosive style seemed subdued, raising doubts about if he is really the lightweight king who destroyed Ryan Garcia in 2023. In contrast, Roach radiates assurance. He played down Davis's boasted strength on Shannon Sharpe's nightcap show. "I was cautious, but I've been in there with middleweight champs who can punch. It was nothing new," he stated. "I had a chin, the defense was there, and my confidence was through the ceiling. I should have won even without the knee." The boxing community is looking forward to a bout in June that might change the histories of both competitors. It's an opportunity for Davis to silence skeptics and restore his air of invincibility. Roach sees it as a chance to establish himself as a pound-for-pound champion and demonstrate that the previous fight wasn't an anomaly. The referee's call, the coaching arguments, and the ninth-round knee will all be forgotten as soon as the bell rings. All that's left is a timeless story of atonement versus vengeance, set against the dazzling backdrop of Las Vegas. Unforgiving fans will be keeping a careful eye on things.